and we're going to get to them now. Their Brixton show was really, really, really good. To have 12 years of anticipation thrown on. I'm talking about Faith No More, just in case you'd lost us.
Have subtitles.
12 years in the waiting. It was special at Brixton Academy, but they were even better at Donington. They were genuinely incredible, man. Like, take this bottle from King for a Day, Fall for a Lifetime. They played the whole song and then they stopped. I think it was genuinely improvised as well. Patton just looked and went, one more chorus, and they done another chorus of it. They didn't play a couple of the big hits that they threw in at download at Brixton, that they then threw in at Download. Introduce Yourself was played at about 800 gazillion miles an hour. It was outrageous, man, how fast they played it. They ended on We Care A Lot, again in the top 10 download moments on the site. Check it out. We've got the video footage of Mike Patton star jumping at the beginning of We Care A Lot. It was and they played Ashes to Ashes, which they didn't play at Brixton. It just seemed like everyone where I was stood was just like, it was almost like people were singing along, but people were more just like, look, it's Faith No More. Yeah,
well, I was in the tent watching on the screen, and just when they sort of came on, I didn't realise that the Fun Loving Criminals were playing. Mike Patton in his suit with his sort of, I know that's his kind of look, but he looks like Huey.
You thought Fun Loving Criminals? I thought Harry and Lloyd, Dumb and Dumber.
Yeah, only not in Baby Blue, in whatever, what was it, like Mauve?
Yeah, he was in red, but at the comeback show, it was Dumb and Dumber. Like, Patton was wearing peach, Roddy Bottom was wearing pink, the guitar player, who's not Jim Martin, was wearing light blue. Yeah,
and actually, while we're on lookalikes, Fred Durst looked like John Malkovich in a red hat.
I'm sure John Malkovich will be well chuffed to hear that. We're going to move on to Marilyn Manson, aren't we?
Brian.
Oh God, Marilyn Manson. Oh God,
I can't even find the words, really.
Oh God,
I think this is it.
Thing is, it's
I'm not angry. I'm disappointed.
Yeah, it's almost like he's been listening to me, going, "This is Manson's comeback year," and he's just like, I'm gonna put a Beezer epic fail, or like rubber stamp on this. He was interesting. Oh come on, man, he was awful.
I didn't see that, although I
really?
tell you what, I heard from everyone that it was awful, especially in comparison to the stuff that it was either side. Went for my sandwich yesterday down the calf, and the girl there, who's a big Nine Inch Nails fan from Brazil, and she was at Download and said that Manson was amazing. But she's a big fan. She was near the front and she got bruised. But
no.
But that's what I said. There were obviously people watching who did enjoy themselves. But I think the general consensus is
let me put
that
it
was a bit lacklustre.
On the website, I put that I put it into context. I was like, well, maybe because the Pendulum got such an awesome reaction, and because we'll get to Slipknot in a minute, it might have just put Marilyn Manson into context. The comments come flooding in, just saying, "Don't bottle it, man. Tell it like it was." So, like, take from that what you will. But it was destroying. It was like, I've seen that dude outdoors. In fact, I said I've been going to festivals for 12 years. The first festival that I went to was a day in Reading '97 called Marilyn Manson on Antichrist Superstar, and it was brilliant. And this wasn't. It was. I'm actually genuine now that I'm actually talking about it for the first time. I'm actually upset about it.
It is upsetting. He's never delivered live for me, and again, I'm a big Manson fan, but never sort of got to see him. Then first time at Reading a couple of years ago, we said, and it was just, even though we had the stilts and all the guff, it's like, don't really care. I just want you to be good. Yeah,
just pull it out the bag and not be like that.
And he's got no chin. I'm phobic about people with no chin.
Well, don't go near Manson.
When your lips just become your neck.
How about that's
terrifying.
But Manson's all right. He's got 3 of them. I went there. But from the disappointing to the absolutely sublime, the band of the weekend, the gig of the year, the best headline festival performance I've ever seen, and I'm including Metallica playing Master of Puppets in its entirety. I mean, I will throw it down, man. I'm a huge Metallica fan. I've spent my money following them all the way across Europe. I would never say this lightly. Slipknot were incredible. Absolutely life-affirming. That to see a band headline a festival in front of that many people and have the sheer balls to play songs with blast beats in them, it was almost like they were taking the piss about how good they were, man. There's on the site, #1 of the top 10 download moments, just because it's something that I will never ever forget. Corey says, "I'm going to start this song," and you're going to finish it for me. I push my fingers into and the place just like even watching the footage, just isn't even talking about it. My hair has gone on end. Like that bit, with everyone singing the chorus to Duality, man, every one of you made that moment. It was deafening, absolutely. Like, and you know the way that you see the Prodigy from the mid-90s, and that there's like they used to be able to create a field full of people raving. It was mosh front to back. It was and they teased us as well. We spoke about it on last week's podcast about how they might play the self-titled record in its entirety. First 3 songs were the first 3 songs off of it. I was like, oh my god, they're gonna do it after again. Just because I said that I didn't believe the rumour, they're gonna do it. And the 4th song was something from Volume 3, and that it wasn't going to be the whole self-titled. I went, for about 0.23 seconds before losing it again. Oh man, if you were there, you know exactly what I'm talking about, man. Slipknot didn't steal this weekend. Slipknot stole this year.
Yeah, it's great to hear as well. I mean, I was sort of way at the back and didn't get to catch much of it, but the Corey, their manager, was saying that the whole band were almost quite shocked. It was that they were on such amazing form, and someone once said to me about Led Zeppelin that Led Zeppelin would play and were almost kind of baffled at how good they were. You know what I mean? That they almost didn't believe that as humans that they could be that. Where Slipknot was so tight. I think Clown apparently came off stage, said the thing was so intense, and then was just immediately sick.
Well, the girl who has looked after that band since. The woman who's looked after the band since they first signed to Roadrunner, said that Joey came off stage and said it's the best gig that he's ever played. But like it was ridiculous, man. It was ridiculous. Like the songs off of All Hope Is Gone. Like I've swallowed my words recently. Like I've come to grow to accept that All Hope Is Gone is a great record, even if it's not as good as the first 3 Slipknot records. But I've never got to grips with Dead Memories. Dead Memories was one of the best songs of the set. I stand corrected. They were perfect. There's no other word that could sum them up. They were absolutely perfect.
Maybe this is the challenge then. Maybe this is the challenge, to find someone who didn't like the Slipknot.
Didn't like Slipknot. Yeah, and I will then put them under my boot.
I want to interview them and then have them committed.
Yeah, absolutely. It was, you can't even, no words, man. If you were there, you know. If you weren't there, man,
you weren't there, man.
Yeah,
you weren't there, man.
Yeah, this is it. I feel for you if you weren't. It was too good.
On to the Sunday.